Carrie Underwood had always been a symbol of grace and resilience, from her small-town roots in Oklahoma to the dazzling heights of stardom. Her story inspired millions, but what unfolded after her inaugural performance was unlike anything she or her fans could have anticipated. It was supposed to be a night of celebration. Carrie, handpicked to perform a heartfelt rendition of the national anthem at the swearing-in ceremony of a newly elected official, was poised to deliver an unforgettable moment. The performance itself was flawless, her voice soaring as it always had, but it was her choice to perform that set off an avalanche of criticism. By the next morning, headlines were ablaze. Prominent liberal TV hosts used their platforms to dissect every aspect of her appearance, from the symbolism in her outfit to perceived political undertones in her song choice. What began as biting commentary soon escalated into accusations of Carrie promoting divisive ideals. Social media turned into a battleground, with hashtags trending both in her support and against her. For someone who had always tried to steer clear of political controversy, this was uncharted territory. The public debate quickly spiraled out of control, taking on a life of its own. Yet amidst the chaos, Carrie stayed silent, watching, waiting, and as it would later become clear, preparing. Because Carrie Underwood isn't just a performer, she's a fighter, and what she was about to do would shock the nation. The night of the performance was one of those rare moments where everything seemed to stop. Cameras zoomed in on Carrie Underwood as she stood on the grand stage in Washington, D.C., the Capitol gleaming behind her. She wore a simple yet elegant white dress, her signature blonde hair cascading over her shoulders. The air was heavy with anticipation as the first notes of the national anthem rang out. There was no denying the power in her voice. It wasn't just a song, it was a message, a unifying cry that seemed to resonate with the crowd gathered to witness history. But while many applauded her performance as heartfelt and pure, others saw it differently. The criticism started almost immediately. Some claimed her choice of dress carried political symbolism, too stark, too deliberate. Others scrutinized the slight change she made to the arrangement, interpreting it as a veiled critique of the administration she performed for. One prominent TV host called it a calculated PR stunt, while another accused her of selling out her values for visibility. But what truly lit the firestorm was a widely shared clip from the event. In it, Carrie finished her performance and briefly exchanged a smile and handshake with the newly elected official. For her critics, that was all they needed. They began painting her as someone aligning herself with divisive policies, a narrative that quickly gained traction. Within hours, Twitter exploded with reactions. "How could she?" wrote one critic. "This isn't the Carrie we knew." Others questioned her integrity, suggesting she had abandoned the small-town values she often sang about in favor of political opportunism. Fans rallied behind her, flooding social media with messages of support, using hashtags like #StandWithCarrie and #TruthMatters. "This isn't just about her," one fan tweeted. "It's about how we let media treat people. She's fighting for something bigger." On the other side, critics accused Carrie of trying to stifle the media and suppress free speech. Prominent pundits argued that the case set a dangerous precedent. If public figures can sue over harsh criticism, one commentator stated, where does it end? This could silence the press. But it wasn't just about Carrie anymore. The leaked emails and recorded conversation had sparked a much larger conversation about the ethics of sensationalism in media. Panels of journalists debated the line between fair commentary and targeted defamation. Public figures came forward to share their own experiences of being misrepresented, further fueling the discourse. In coffee shops and offices, the average American weighed in. Some sympathized with Carrie, recognizing the toll of such public scrutiny. Others worried about the implications of holding media outlets legally accountable for their opinions. Despite the noise, Carrie stayed quiet, appearing calm and focused during her courtroom appearances. She let the evidence speak for itself, refusing to engage in the public tit-for-tat. Her restraint only added to the intrigue surrounding the trial, leaving everyone guessing how it would end. The final arguments loomed, and as the trial neared its conclusion, the spotlight shifted back to the courtroom, where the fate of this extraordinary battle would soon be decided. The courtroom was silent as the jury returned with their decision. The four persons stood, the weight of the moment evident in every measured word. "We find in favor of the plaintiff, Carrie Underwood." The words landed like a seismic shift. Carrie's face remained composed, but the subtle rise of her shoulders betrayed the enormous weight she'd been carrying. The verdict was a resounding victory. The jury had determined that the hosts and their network had indeed crossed the line, defaming Carrie with reckless disregard for the truth. Damages were awarded in the millions, not just as compensation, but as a statement about accountability in media practices. The public reaction was swift and loud. Supporters of Carrie celebrated the verdict as a triumph for fairness and integrity. "This isn't about silencing criticism," one fan posted. "It's about drawing a line when that criticism becomes harmful lies." Others viewed it as a much-needed reckoning for sensationalist media, applauding Carrie for taking a stand not just for herself, but for everyone who's ever been wrongfully dragged through the mud by headlines. On the other hand, critics decried the decision as a chilling blow to free speech. Opinion pieces questioned what this would mean for journalists, especially those who comment on public figures. Some of the accused hosts remained defiant, stating they would appeal, but their reputations had already taken a serious hit. For Carrie, the victory was bittersweet. In an emotional statement outside the courthouse, she thanked her fans for standing by her. "This was never about silencing anyone," she said. "It was about truth. Words matter, and they have real consequences. I hope this reminds everyone in the media to choose them wisely." She spoke about the toll the trial had taken, not just on her, but on her family. She admitted there were moments she wanted to walk away, to let the storm pass, but she stayed the course, driven by a belief that the fight was bigger than her. "This wasn't just about clearing my name," she said. "It was about reminding all of us that accountability matters, no matter how powerful the platform." In the months that followed, the case left a lasting imprint. Media organizations reevaluated their editorial practices, cautious of the lines they were now hesitant to cross. For fans and viewers alike, the trial served as a reminder of the humanity behind the headlines, urging a shift toward more thoughtful and ethical discourse. Carrie's battle had been hard-fought, but it left an undeniable message. Standing up for yourself, even in the face of overwhelming criticism, can lead to meaningful change. Carrie Underwood's journey wasn't just about winning a legal battle. It was about reclaiming dignity and truth in a world that often sacrifices them for the sake of controversy. Her story is a reminder that while public figures are under constant scrutiny, they are still human beings deserving of respect and fairness. This case also underscores a deeper truth for all of us. Words have power, whether spoken on national television, typed out in a tweet, or shared in a private conversation. The things we say carry weight. They can build someone up or tear them down, sometimes with consequences we can't predict. Carrie's fight challenges us to be more thoughtful in how we engage with others, especially in a time when it's easier than ever to spread opinions without considering their impact. It's a call to hold media and ourselves accountable for the narratives we create and consume. As we reflect on Carrie's resilience, let's remember the importance of standing up for what's right, even when the odds feel insurmountable. Whether it's protecting your reputation, defending your values, or seeking justice, staying true to yourself is always worth it. And if her story moved you, inspired you, or made you think differently, consider joining the conversation. Subscribe to our channel for more stories that challenge the norm, spark important discussions, and remind us of the power of truth. Let's keep this dialogue going together. We can make a difference. Because in the end, it's not just about what happens to Carrie, it's about what we learn from it.